When it comes to fiscal discipline, I think that my grandpa used to say when I was a kid that if you have dandelions in your yard and you want to get the dandelions out, you don't pull the head off the dandelion. That doesn't solve the problem. You get the dandelion growing right back. What you have to do is you have to get down and get the root out. And that's what we have to do in terms of fiscal discipline. When we look around the country and we look at the problems that we're having, they all come down to the root of the matter. And the root is that the elected individuals in our country right now that are in our government are not abiding by the U.S. Constitution. They are not they're not honoring their sworn oath to uphold that Constitution. And that's the problem. So when you look around and you see the spending, well, all the spending stops if we get back to the enumerated powers that the federal government was given by that Constitution. Anything they're doing outside that, all the social service programs and Social Security and all these other government organizations that were created outside of the Constitution, those all go away. All of that spending goes away if we get back to those fiscal roots. We get back to that constitutional foundation. And we need to start moving in that direction. We will never fix the fiscal problems and the fiscal spending that our government has if they continue to do whatever they want to do at a federal level outside of the Constitution. The second thing we need to do is we need to grow the economy. We have a huge problem right now where the elected representatives are spending like there's no tomorrow. They're completely out of control. It's like kids with their parents' credit card. They don't know what they're doing at all. And they're running around spending all of this money. Government doesn't make money from anywhere. I had an elected representative recently who mentioned on stage that he thinks it's very, very important to bring back the pork. That's the job of a congressman. And I had to tell him, I'm sorry, but an elected representative, a politician can bring home the pork, but first he has to steal your pig. And that's the problem. The problem is the money doesn't magically appear in Washington, D.C. That money comes from us. That's our money. So when the government goes on spending sprees, they're depriving Americans of money. And what happens when you deprive an American of money? Well, I grew up with a small business in my household. It's a business that I started with my family in our garage. That business expanded and it grew, and it turned into a business where we did work everywhere from Madrid to Cancun, Mexico. And when you look at that, you see the expansion, the opportunities that we had. That happened because of private investment. That happened because individuals, like my family, had their own money from their own labor and were able to spend that money effectively to pursue our dreams. And that can't happen if the federal government comes in and takes all of the money out of our pocket and doesn't let our economy grow. This is the kind of strategy I believe in. Cut taxes, let individuals be free to pursue their own dreams, and have government get out of our way.